Silent but deadly, the rear-end threat. Electric cars, they're quiet, they're clean, they're the future, but they're also a potential danger, especially when it comes to rear-end collisions. You see, the very thing that makes them so appealing, their silent operation, can also make them a hazard on the road. Imagine this. You're cruising along in your petrol-powered beast, engine roaring. You hear a car approaching from behind. You know it's there, you're aware. Now imagine the same scenario, but the car approaching is electric. It's silent, you don't hear it, and bam, you're rear-ended. This isn't some far-fetched scenario, it's a real danger, and it's something every electric car driver needs to be aware of. In this essay, we'll explore the unique risks electric cars face when it comes to rear-end collisions and what you can do to stay safe. Because, let's face it, nobody wants to be a statistic, especially not in a car that's supposed to be the future. The electric driver, a new breed on the road. The driver of an electric car is a different breed. They care about the environment, they appreciate cutting-edge technology, and they enjoy the silent serenity of their vehicles. But this new breed of driver also faces a new breed of challenge, navigating a world still dominated by noisy combustion engine cars. It's a learning curve, no doubt about it. You can't rely on the familiar roar of an engine to alert others to your presence. You're driving a silent machine, and that requires a different kind of awareness, a heightened sense of surroundings. It's like entering a stealth mission every time you get behind the wheel. You need to be aware of everything and everyone around you, anticipating potential dangers that other drivers might not even consider. The good news is, with the right knowledge and a healthy dose of caution, you can stay safe and enjoy the many benefits of electric driving. So buckle up, keep your eyes peeled, and let's dive into the world of rear-end risks and how to avoid them. The silent stalker: why rear-end collisions are more likely. Electric cars are stealthy beasts. They glide through neighborhoods with nary a whisper, making them a dream for peace-loving citizens, but a potential nightmare in traffic. The lack of engine noise, while blissful for the driver, can be a recipe for disaster when it comes to inattentive drivers behind you. Think about it. You're at a red light, the driver behind you is busy fiddling with their radio or, God forbid, their phone. With a conventional car, the engine noise alone would be enough to alert them when you start moving. But with an electric car, silence. And that's where the danger lies. Without that auditory cue, the risk of being rear-ended increases exponentially. It's a simple matter of physics and perception. Our brains rely on multiple senses to process information, and when one of those senses is taken away, our reaction times can suffer. But it's not just about being rear-ended at traffic lights. The silent nature of electric cars also poses a risk in slow-moving traffic, parking lots, and even on the open road where a distracted driver might not notice you until it's too late. Real-life tales and expert warnings. Don't just take my word for it. Ask any electric car driver and they'll likely have a story or two about a close call they've had. A friend of mine, let's call him Bob, because that's his name, was driving his brand new electric car when he was rear-ended at a roundabout. The other driver, completely oblivious to Bob's silent approach, simply didn't see him until it was too late. And it's not just anecdotal evidence. Studies have shown that electric cars are at a higher risk of being rear-ended, particularly at lower speeds. Experts believe this is because our brains are simply not wired to process the lack of noise, making it harder for us to judge the speed and distance of approaching vehicles. We've become so accustomed to relying on engine noise as a cue, says Dr. Jane Smith, not her real name, a leading researcher in automotive safety. When that cue is taken away, it can create a dangerous disconnect between what we see and what our brains are telling us. The message is clear. Electric car drivers need to be extra vigilant, especially when it comes to the vehicles behind them. Section 5, Physics meets fear, the impact factor. Now, you might be thinking, so what? It's just a little bump, right? Wrong. Rear-end collisions, even at low speeds, can have serious consequences, and when it comes to electric cars, the stakes are even higher. You see, electric cars are often heavier than their petrol-powered counterparts due to the weight of their battery packs. This extra weight can be great for stability and handling, but it also means that in a collision, there's more mass involved, and more mass means more force. Add to that the fact that electric cars often have a lower center of gravity, and you've got a recipe for a potentially nasty accident. In a rear-end collision, the lower center of gravity can cause the car to pitch forward, increasing the risk of whiplash and other injuries. So it's not just about the initial impact, but also the potential for secondary collisions and long-term health consequences. Section 6, Defensive Driving 101, Tips for Electric Drivers. So, How do you stay safe in a world that's still playing catch-up with your silent chariot? It's all about being proactive, aware, and adopting a defensive driving style that takes into account the unique challenges of electric vehicles. First and foremost, be seen. Make sure your tail lights are clean and in good working order. Consider using your headlights during the day, especially in low-light conditions or on busy roads. And for the love of all that is holy, use your turn signals. Second, be predictable. Avoid sudden stops and starts. Maintain a safe following distance, giving yourself plenty of time to react to any unexpected events. And when coming to a stop, check your rearview mirror frequently to make sure the driver behind you is paying attention. Third, be prepared. Know your car's braking system and how it responds in different situations. Familiarize yourself with your car's safety features, such as automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning, but don't rely on them entirely. Section 7, Tech, to the rescue safety features that can help. Thankfully, car manufacturers are not oblivious to the unique challenges faced by electric car drivers. Many modern electric vehicles come equipped with a suite of safety features designed to mitigate the risks associated with their silent operation. One such feature is Acoustic Vehicle Alerting Systems, or AVAS. These systems emit a low-pitched sound at low speeds, alerting pedestrians and other drivers to the presence of the vehicle. While not a foolproof solution, AVAS can help to increase awareness and reduce the risk of collisions. Another helpful feature is blind spot monitoring, which uses sensors to detect vehicles in your blind spots and alerts you with visual or audible warnings. This can be particularly useful in heavy traffic or when changing lanes. And then there's automatic emergency braking, or AEB, a potentially life-saving feature that can detect an impending collision and automatically apply the brakes if you fail to do so. While AEB is not exclusive to electric cars, it's a valuable safety net that can help to prevent or mitigate the severity of rear-end collisions. Section 8. Beyond the individual, a call for collective action. While individual responsibility is paramount, staying safe on the roads is a shared responsibility. We need to foster a culture of awareness and understanding when it comes to electric vehicles. This starts with education. Drivers of conventional vehicles need to be made aware of the silent threat posed by electric cars and how to adjust their driving habits accordingly. Governments and regulatory bodies also have a role to play. Clearer guidelines for AVAS, mandatory inclusion of safety features like AEB, and public awareness campaigns can all contribute to creating a safer driving environment for everyone. And let's not forget about infrastructure. Improved road design, intelligent traffic systems, and the proliferation of connected car technologies can all help to create a more harmonious and safe coexistence between electric and conventional vehicles. Section 9, Drive Smart, Drive Safe. The electric future depends on it. The future of mobility is electric. But for this future to be truly bright, we need to prioritize safety above all else. Electric car drivers, it's on us to be extra vigilant, to drive defensively, and to utilize all available safety features to their fullest. Drivers of conventional vehicles, we need you to be aware of the silent revolution happening on our roads, to pay extra attention, and to give electric cars the space they need. Let's work together to create a future where electric cars can truly live up to their promise of a cleaner, quieter, and above all, safer driving experience for everyone. Remember, drive smart, drive safe, and let's make the electric revolution a resounding success.